Okay, if we go back to the original data, maybe we don't want to reduce the quality of our product. We're assuming that we could drop the cost, and we're not, and then people might not notice, and so we'd sell the same number of units, and so, that might be, that might not be the best approach as far as aiming to increase our profitability. One thing we might do is get the sales staff on board, and so maybe we offer uh, the sales staff an incentive, so they would have 10% commission on sales above current level. And so say that this then induces 2,400 additional units sold. So one thing that we could do is we could look at, well, what is the effect on sales, variable costs, contribution margin, fixed costs, and operating income just on this change. So if we sell 2,400 additional units at the $1,250, we'd see that we have an additional 30,000 in sales. Now the variable costs, we're going to have the 2,400 units multiplied by the $9. That's what it would be just if we're able to then sell those units as is. Now keep in mind that we're also going to have, so we're an increase in variable costs essentially, because we're going to have what the variable costs were plus the 10% of the sales dollars. So what we see is the variable costs would be increasing by 24,600. So you have the two elements here. So we see that this is contribution positive. There are no changes in fixed costs. So our change in income then would be an increase of 5,400. So that will be our change. So then our total would be, if we looked at our total income statement, then we would need to just add these across. So the original data plus the current sale, or from the additional sales, we'd get up to 130 and work our way down. And what we would see is that, well, we still have a negative contribution. I'm sorry, a negative operating income. Our contribution's positive, of course. So although these additional 2,400, notice that our initial break-even point was 10,000 units. We've gone beyond that. We have 10,400, but the cost structure changed. We had to increase cost to induce more sales. We're closer to being, to breaking even. And so maybe that is something that, we try. Now, what if it were, instead of 2,400 units sold, well, what if it were 4,000 units sold? Well, if it's 4,000, as you see here, that would be well worth the price. And so then so we could try this at various levels, but if indeed it is, if this induces, say, 2,400 units sold, another $30,000, that would work if it were on its own. But since we had the additional change in variable cost due to the commissions, that's something that we're still underwater here. And and this is something that, again, maybe we need to dig a little bit more deeply.